Hello guys, welcome back. Another episode of Mindcrack Feed the Beast. As always, this is Jason, and been working on Wilson's bits like I said I was going to do. Man, I just became all southern. Look at this place, all beside my place. Still in my ideas. Actually, looks like he hasn't restarted since the last time the server rebooted. I was actually scared to make mine repeat that frequently out of fear that it would it would cause lag. It's really funny though. This is a BTC shop actually, and check out these carts, man. Oh God! Okay, I've never actually gotten in one. I don't want to be in here anymore. Let me out. Let me out immediately. Okay, I didn't know that was gonna be all crazy like that. Oh! That's really cool, man. Not only can you buy a sports car, you can color it. Does that guy make pig noises? Or is there like a pig somewhere? Like under here, making pig noises. This is all very cool though. I don't know what some of these do. I don't... God knows. Who knows? There should be like races or something there. Anyways, moving on. So yeah, I've been working on Wilson's bits, and quite a bit has changed since you guys last saw it. I think last time I showed it, I had not gone full microblock. Maybe I had. Oh yeah, I had because I showed the solar panels. I've moved the turtles into the wall here, so they don't have to move anymore. So no need for the solar panels anymore. So they're all gone. No more solar panels because turtles can break and place blocks without having to worry about any energy. People were wondering why I was separating so many things into different computers, and it's just easier to call certain computers for certain things without having to worry about anything. So I'm not done, as you can tell probably by the mess in here, but I want to have some updates as I go along here and show you guys how things are coming along. So this is pretty much the first thing you'll see when you come in. Welcome to Wilson's Bits. Unique shopping experience. To log in, right click on the player detector, shaded by green, and remember to log out before you leave, blah blah. Whenever you right click that, again, this isn't all wired up, but these guys will shut the doors. I've got green wool just because I've been standing here and shut it up so no one comes in and messes with it. What I was working on now was the touchscreen monitors. What I think I'm going to do is make it very simple so that each block is a certain item. So I'll only sell 18 items total. There'll be 9 over here and 9 over here, and then whenever they hit it, it'll say processing or whatever, and then it'll pop into this chest right here. That is the idea to sell things. You put them in this chest right here. But I was just messing around with the paint program. It's weird. I don't understand why it's. See, watch this. Let's save and exit. And then if I print that, not rest, test 2. You'll notice that it fills this monitor perfectly, but in the paint program it was 1 pixel outside of it. So I don't know why that's like that. But I'm gonna make each monitor their own color. Like this will probably be iron, for example, and then this one will be something else. And then inside of here I'll put the product we're selling, and then the price, and then like click or something like that. And then of course up here will be the player's name and the credits they have. I've got most of the stuff in the database worked out. Right now it's all just bringing it all together so it all works. I'm going to make this computer be the only one that connects to the database, and everything else, it'll be telling everybody else how to act. This is how you need to act, computers. But yeah, another thing I want to update you guys on is my UU matter. This seems to be something everyone's always asking about. What's UU matter you got now? Oh, and in case you didn't notice, I got rid of the square up here. Are my mushrooms okay? Let's check on them. Oh, there's only one. Oh God, what happened to the other ones? Probably suffocated or something. But yeah, I decided I'm gonna change the way I do this up here. I didn't want to have a whole elevator. I'm gonna make it just one elevator will be over there, or one turtle opening up. But that's once I build a house. So, but UU matter. So everyone keeps asking me about that. How much you got now? And 48,632. That's a lot of UU matter when you think about it. Actually, I did the math because I was curious how many emeralds you could make with that, because I know that that's what BOO's using to make his emeralds, and it's like, I don't remember now. I think it was 13,000 blocks of emeralds, or that's probably not right. It's 7 UU matter. So take this number, divide it by 7, and then multiply that result by 2. That's how many emeralds, just single emeralds out you would get, because you get 2 emeralds out of every 7 UU matter. And then you can take that result and divide it by 9 to see how many blocks of emeralds you could get. It's a big number. I could build, I don't even know what I could build out of emeralds. Something big. Something really big, like a stadium or something. Big emerald stadium. Just put a big dome over their whole area. But some people suggest I go out there and just mess with them, since they're all so emerald hungry. I might do that. But first, let's finish this up. I'm hoping someone will buy some emeralds from me, actually. Give me that sweet uranium for some emeralds. But yeah, I think I'm getting close with this now. It's been a long process. I've had to learn a few things I didn't know. Like, I never really messed with the touch screens as far as the XY coordinates for those, and getting this style to fit was pissing me off too. But that's beside the point. Getting the database set up for each part of the transactions. I'm really worried about people doing stupid things. So I'm trying to make it as idiot-proof as possible, so that you can't stay logged in. I mean, technically, if someone, because whenever you log in, it's the store's gonna shut the door. Now, if somebody logs out in here, then store's off now until they log back in and leave. So that's a flaw in the system, but there's not really much I can do about that. The other thing is, if someone was to break their way out and leave, then it would technically leave them logged in the system, and that would be a problem as well, because when the next person, like, I don't want to do error checking in the database whenever someone logs in to see if other people are logged in, just because it's such a pain in the ass to pass stuff from Minecraft to the MySQL database already, if that makes sense. So I want to make it where like, you can't enter the room if whatever. The problem is, if 2 people come in together and then the other idiot starts right-clicking on the player detector, it's technically going to log that person in, but it's not going to log the other person out. I could make it do that, but it seems unnecessary, and extra error checking that, again, is unnecessary, and passing stuff back and forth between Minecraft and the outside world. Just lots of unnecessary things. So hopefully people can behave, and I won't have to fix this thing a lot. I guess if people really mess it up, I'll have to put in the error checking. But anyways, let me get back to painting. Oh, people keep asking, actually. Even BTC asked whenever he saw my Good logo down at my house, how you get images up here. So let's just go over that real quick, just for anyone that wants to know. All right, this is the command right here. Monitor. Well, technically you could just do this. You could just go paint, and then the name of the image. So we're gonna call this one Good. All right, and then you get the paint program, and then you can just draw. It's right click to draw, and then I guess left click is, oh yeah, this is that. Here's the left click. So there we go. So yeah, you could, I made my Good logo inside this right here, pretty much downstairs, just like this right here. And then to call an image, you could just the same thing. There's the thing called Paint Utilities. Paint Utilities, and then Paint Images, or Paint Utilities Draw, and then the image name, which was set up here, when I loaded the image up. But that's really all there is to it if you want to have images up here, and that's what I'm going to use, like I said, for this right here, so that there's a different background color. Technically, I guess I could just print the text with the background color on the text, but if there's an image, it'll be just that much easier. Anyways, I'm going to get back to it. Hey again, guys, look at that. It doesn't really look like I had talked about in the last bit I recorded, which was too long ago, because I have been working on this for what I thought was going to be a short period of time, but it's been a long period of time, man. Getting this stuff to come from the database. All this is coming from the database. It's making sure that there is enough of these items in my inventory to sell. I need to format it a little better still, like basically gold, you'll get a stack of it, and it's going to cost you 250 Guud bucks. That's the format here. I haven't got this side working yet, but it should be the same code. There's a couple of snafus that have slowed me down. I had a heck of a time getting this to work. I had some typos, and then it took me forever to realize where the typos were, which that never helps. But also, basically what I'm doing is I'm putting everything in the database into an array, at least the information I need, and then pulling the information back out. And the function for that is either pairs or I-pairs. If the key for the array is a number, you use I-pairs. Most of you guys probably don't care about this, but anyway, so there was one of my typos. It used to be pairs because my keys are actually the like lead or whatever. I'm gonna redo this so that it's smaller text. I realize that there's one step smaller than this, so it doesn't have to loop around so frequently. What's left to do here? All right. I haven't actually got the other inner chest set up where this stuff goes anywhere. Right now it just sits there and goes nowhere. So I have to make that happen. I have to make it where whenever they hit buy here, it sends a signal, obviously, to the inventory to send out the item. But it also needs to make sure they can't spam the button, because otherwise it would get messed up. Like, it wouldn't. If I hit buy 3 times, I'd probably only get 2 of those. Because it's going to have to wait until one thing comes through before it sends another. So with that said, what needs to happen when I hit buy is this screen needs to change to like processing, and it also needs to send a signal to this computer for this screen to do the same thing, because there's going to be 9 more items. Well, probably not 9. I think there's only 4 more items over here, because from looking at what I want to sell, I don't have 18 items that I want to sell. So it needs to go to a processing screen, and then when the computer down there actually sends the item to this chest, it needs to send a redstone signal to this computer and this computer to come back to the buying screen. It also needs to send a redstone signal to this computer to update their credits from the database. So things that are left to be done, a lot, man. I felt like I was one day away from being done, and I probably still got several more. Like, I've been putting in somewhere between 2 and 4 hours a night for this would be the 12th night. I've at least put 24 hours straight into this system. Well, not straight, but over several consecutive nights. And people keep asking where the Feed the Beast videos are, and I guess once I finally actually get this done and release it, they'll know where they were. I was busy working on stuff. Things don't make themselves, unfortunately. Yeah, so things to be done. I still need to get the player detector to actually log these people in. Right now, that one's going to be pretty simple, so I haven't worried about it. I've been more worried about... I'd never done anything with the touchscreens before, so I didn't know exactly how to manipulate the touchscreens. And I still haven't actually tested it, but I'm assuming that the same XY coordinates I used to write the text will be the same XY coordinates. The only thing that's confusing me about that is when you change the text size, the XY coordinates change, kind of. Like, in fact, hold on just a second, let me show you. Here's the code as a whole. Some people are going to want to see it. I put the buy stuff into functions so that I can easily print out just the buy buttons themselves. Here's the whole split function that we've seen a couple times before. There's where it pulls the stuff from the database. You'll notice that I've got the URL hidden here. It splits it up into separate parts, makes an array out of it like I was talking about a minute ago. Here's where one of my typos were, because I had an I there, but since the key for the array is the name, as you see right here, then that didn't work. Then it prints out pretty much everything. The name of the item, which is right there. Then if it's a whole stack, it'll either print 64 or 1, depending on if it's a stack. As it goes through, it's changing the cursor position, because there's no real way to write just to these monitors and just have it loop on its own. It doesn't do any of that type of stuff. You have to tell it exactly where on the screen to write. So there's a lot of math down here to figure out. And there's probably an easier way to do this, man. But after you've been sitting here for 6 hours, you just want it to work at that point. This has been my longest day, where I'm at a point where I'm going to have to step away, because I'm getting ill. You know when you sit at something for too long, you start getting ill? That's where I'm at. But anyways, I've changed my text size here just to show you guys what I was talking about to 0.5 scale. And let's exit out here. And we'll see that. Now you'll notice, see the X and Y for me printing this stuff hasn't changed at all. So what I'm wondering, and I'll know tomorrow once I've actually got the next step of this done. I'll know the answer to this. But I'm wondering if this X right here, which is 3 is where it starts at. All 3 of these is the X, and then the Y is like, see here, 6, 12, and 18, I believe, are the 3 Ys. But those coordinates didn't change when I changed the text size. So I'm wondering if this right here is technically X, what I say it was? X3, man, my brain is mush. X3, Y6, and it's still X3, Y6 whenever it's way the fuck down here. That's what I'm wondering. I don't know yet. I'm about to find out. Because whenever you do the whole call for a monitor touch, it returns the X and the Y, and that's what I'm going to have to use to determine what they're trying to buy. So I'm hoping it's the same as what I've used X and Y Ys when it comes to printing the words. This is probably not that exciting a video, to be honest, just looking at what I'm showing you guys. But once it's all said and done, it's going to be cool, and I'll be very proud of the whole system. And then I'm going to move on to other parts of the world. Let's just look out there for a second. I feel like I've been in prison, man. All I've seen is these white walls for days and days. Every time I log in here, I'm just still inside this white room, and it's not even padded. Well, I guess that probably is. Bang my head into that. Anyways, I hope my values are okay. I really wasn't sure how to do the charging for stuff, but I'm fine with them taking a whole stack of iron for 2 iridium. That seems good. For stuff like diamond, I had it originally, I think I had it too low, and I've changed it. Now I have diamond at 3,000, which is 30 iridium, not iridium, uranium. Iridium's actually at 3,500. It's the most expensive thing I'm going to sell. That might be too high, but I'm thinking 35 uranium for 1 iridium seems fair. Because uranium's a lot easier to get than iridium is. The diamond price I may need to lower. I got emeralds at 1750. And I'm basing these prices off of UU matter, because UU matter takes 7 UU matter for iridium, 6 for glowstone, 7 for emeralds, and you get 2 emeralds. So basically what I did is I set a price for the UU matter, and then that's how I determined the price for everything else. And the price for UU matter I set was I don't remember now. You can do the math. Just trust me. I think it was 50, but I think I ended up adding a 0. I think it was 500 what I decided to do after I raised the price a little bit. But I don't know, man. You can't create an economy perfectly. So we'll see how it goes. I'm just ready to be done with this, to be honest. I've really enjoyed making it, but I'm ready to move on to other stuff because I got a lot of cool ideas, but I'm not getting to do them because I'm too busy playing with this damn thing. But some of my cool ideas require me to have more uranium. Granted, I probably could have mined up more uranium than I could ever need in the time I've spent making a way for people to give me uranium. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying this so far, as it's been recorded over a 2-week period. I'm going to continue on here. Well, not tonight. I'm actually going to walk away from here. And I'll come back tomorrow and press more buttons. Hey again, guys. Time for another update on Wilson's Bits here. Another night of programming, and I'm really close to being halfway done. About a week ago, I had tweeted out that I am so close to being done, and man, was I ever wrong. So many little hiccups here and there have slowed me way down. So I'm going to test a couple things now, but I think I'm going to go ahead and release what I've got done this video, which is going to be probably a mess of different things. It's my little screensaver. So this is basically the store when you come in. I made the text small over here, but it's almost too small, but there's no in between. So and I'm assuming I'm going to want to list more items eventually, like maybe even unrefined uranium. I was saying I could buy that for like 90 since I have to cook it myself, but if they cook it themselves, then it'd be 100. I don't know. Anyways, here we are. I haven't actually tested this. I hope and pray to God that what I've got done works. Speaking of what I've got done, the chests are not linked up yet, so there's nothing going to happen with those. But technically, I should be able to log in here. These guys should close it up. The screens, this has been the longest program right here, this computer. And this one I haven't duplicated over here, but it's just a duplication, so it's not a big deal. I haven't even tested the touchscreen stuff, but we're going to test it live right now. So here we go. Okay, that's good. Logged me in. Yeah, this updated up here to say you should log out. This is not a good sign. This is a bad sign right here. Man, okay with that. That still works, but there's nothing really changed there. There's no reason why that shouldn't work, to be honest. It's got some kind of weird loop going on. Alright, so that doesn't work. Damn it, man. Damn it. Alright, let me look into this and see what I've got wrong here. Alright, here we go again for real. I think I got it worked out. I think the problem was I was doing a call to run the inventory screen in a loop, and it was just repeating too quickly. I was thinking it was going to wait for... Because I did it with the parallel, for those that are familiar with Lua. Parallel wait for any with the touchscreen bit of code as well as the print out the inventory, but I don't know, for some reason that didn't work. Son of a bitch, I just tested this and it fucking worked, man. Like, before I hit record, this worked. Now that I hit record, it doesn't work? Get the hell out of here. Oh, talk about frustrating. Okay. 1 second. Alright. Let's try this again. I swear to God, if I log in over here and I get a big green screen over here, I'm going to flip out. Oh my God! Finally! Now I can test to see if the touch crap even does anything, because I'm pretty sure it's not going to, because that's how my luck works. So in theory, these buttons should be wired up with a touchscreen. I bet they don't work. They're not going to work. They don't work. They don't work at all. What about them works? I hate this project now. I officially hate it. I hate it so much. I don't know what's wrong with these, and I don't know how to test it. I'm gonna have to play with it for a second, see if I can get it to print something every time I touch these, so I at least know what I'm touching. I actually, because I know Direwolf has messed with it some, and so I asked him about it, and he sent me the code for how to do a call to for monitor touch, and I'm like, yeah, I know that, man. I was like, but how do you know exactly what the XY is? Is it based on your text size? And he didn't understand what I was asking, so I didn't have anyone that could help me, because I was trying to understand it before I even messed with the code. But I think I'm gonna have to change the code so every time I touch the screen it prints out where I'm touching, so I can understand what I'm doing wrong. The problem is I'm printing all this crap out from a database, so like the X and Y for the buy buttons they change. Like for instance, if there wasn't 9 items, there wouldn't be anything here, so there wouldn't be a buy button. So I tried to do a dynamic map of where I was printing out buy, and then put that in an array, and then whenever I press the thing, it's supposed to check and stuff. I don't know if it's working though. Anyways, give me a second. Alright, so I realized part of my problem when I was looking at the code. There's a mouse click action and there's a monitor touch action. The monitor touch action only works with right click, I think, though. But mouse click only works inside of here, not up there. So that was my problem. So let's see if this works now. Alright, so we got this. I think left click does nothing, right? Okay. Okay. Is that not looping back to start? Son of a bitch. Ah! I thought the monitor had jumped out to get me, man. Tells me I have an infinite loop going. No, I don't. I don't know why that was so laggy. See, that seems about right. That's the X and Y, by the way. I don't know why it's not printing additional ones though, so I must have some loop going here that's not working right. This code, man, this is the biggest mess of code I've ever seen in my life trying to figure this crap out. Let's try this again. I hate that it prints up there on the monitor too. Yeah, there's definitely some lag here. I don't know if I did that. I might have done that. Let's not start up. Okay. So this one right here should be, let's see here, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5. And the X should be like 2 or something. 6, 2, 6. So that's right. So why in God's name is this thing not fucking trying to process that then? I guess I have to print out all the variables I'm setting as I'm printing all this out to see where I'm going wrong next. Let me do that. Alright. Figured it out. I had a typo. Or not a typo, just a mistake in general. Alright. By the way, that's not logging me out up there yet. I haven't programmed that. Think I've got this pretty much done now. I think. Let's test it. All right. So we log in. Gives me my stuff. If I click random places, it doesn't do anything, which is all what it's supposed to do. Now, if I click buy, it goes to a processing screen. Now this is as far as it goes right now because it's not wired up with the system to actually send that item up to here. And to check, make sure I have enough credits and all those good things. That's the next step. I think I'm going to release this video here because each time I think I have a simple thing to do, I end up spending 2 days on it. Like this right here tonight, I was like, I'll get this part done in 5 minutes. I'll move on. I'll wire up the chests with everything, and I'll release the video tomorrow. Well, instead, I spent the whole night on this because just stupid little things, man. Most of it's my own fault, my own stupidity. So yeah, this right here, this is where this ends. It doesn't go any further than that, except whenever I log out of it, I can go back to the screensaver. Now let's take a look at the code. Which I'm going to have to reboot the computer in order to do that, which apparently I failed at doing. I don't know if I can actually terminate out of the screensaver now that I think about it. Well, let's just log in, and then I can definitely terminate. Suck it, computer. I own you. Alright. Boot everything. And I know most people don't. At this point, I'm pretty sure this video is not what I wanted it to be when I started making it 2.5 weeks ago. But what can you do? Alright, here's the code. For those that don't care about the code, you're going to get it anyways. Suck it. Yeah. I started putting the senders, the computers, into an array. That way I can have multiple computers that are allowed to send it stuff. Here's all the functions. I put some of these things into functions just so I can do the parallel run multiple functions at once, such as the screensaver here. Here's the function for the modem, where it's listening. If it gets the message that we're open, it's going to change the state of this computer to send out the inventory. If we're closing, then it goes back to screensaver. Here's the thing that does the touching. It does the touching. which I need to take out these 2 lines here because I'm no longer error checking, which apparently that didn't work anyways because it didn't just... Oh, it's because it was printed out in black. That's why. It was printed. You couldn't see it. So we can get rid of this stuff here. And this was a little bit more confusing than it probably needed to be. Or maybe it's not more confusing than it needs to be. The best way I could come up with mapping out the screen, like I said, is putting the X and Y together in a key delimited by colon. Making that key and then setting that so that whenever it prints out all the buy buttons, it prints them out at certain X and Y's, and only those places on the monitor are touchable, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't. There's the bit for pending, which will actually need more code eventually, but that's beside the point. There's the good old split function that we've seen so many times. Here's the inventory bit that prints out what's in my inventory. And again, you'll notice I've got this moved over so you can't see the website address. Don't worry about it. Let's see here. I showed you this earlier in this this video, actually. And let's see here. It goes through, it gets all the stuff as far as what I'm selling. Well, 9 items it gets. And it puts that into an array. Well, actually 2 arrays. Stack size, price, and this bit here is the actual name of the product, which I think I talked about this earlier in this video. Then it prints the stuff out. So we'll see the name of the product right there. If it's a full stack, it'll do 64. Otherwise, it'll say 1. Blah blah blah. There's the price of it, and then here's where I do the buy buttons. So I redeclare the X and Y into a separate set of variables. There's probably a better way to do this, man. I'm trying to like throw this stuff together to get it done, so I'm not. I probably don't have the best code. In fact, I know I don't have the best code, but I'm just rushing at this point to get it done. So I go on a while loop so that I can save the X and Y locations for the touchscreen bit. So it's a 5 wide thing. That's why it's a while loop for 5. And then you'll see here where I do the valid X in the key bit again, and it sets the location basically to make sure that those bits are touchable. And also this I here is equal to the name of the product, so each button is mapped to the name of the product, so whenever you click the button it actually sells you the product that you're trying to buy. And then down here I do some math to figure out what line we're on as we're printing stuff out. That way it doesn't overlap each other, and it only prints the number of products we have, and it moves over each time or down each time. And then here's the main program. Those were all just functions. The initial state of the program is nothing, so it's gonna do the wait for any here of the screensaver, and it's also gonna do the modem bit. So it's waiting. The screensaver is gonna play until there is a modem call telling it that someone is logged in. Once someone logs in, the state should change to I. It'll print out the inventory. And here's where I had a typo a minute ago where it wasn't letting the touchscreen work. I had this for wait for all, so it was waiting for a touchscreen and a modem response, which it was never going to get both of, at least at the same time. So got it set to wait for any now. So this way, if it does a touchscreen bit, it will process. Or if, let's say, I log out, it'll do the modem bit. Or if I'm on this monitor over here and I'm buying something over here, this computer will tell this computer to go to the processing screen. So that's why there's the modem bit there as well. And then if we're at the processing screen, it prints out the processing screen and then waits for a modem call from the computer that's going to be down there that actually sends the item over to here to let it know that the item has been sent, and then it should go back to the Let's Sell You Crap page. I hope all that makes sense to you guys. It makes sense to me. And once it's all done, it'll be all seamless. People can just walk in here and buy crap, and it'll be all like, oh, this is simple. Why did it take him so damn long? But it's because it's not as easy as it looks. Or if it looks hard, that's because sometimes it can be. But it's all, it's all as hard as I make it, I guess. If I wasn't rusty on Lua, I'd probably be able to code a lot of this stuff better. I wouldn't be making so many mistakes in my code, and I would be quicker at producing this. But like I've said, this is my last big programming project for right now. After I finish this thing, man, I'm gonna move on to things that I can enjoy and do very quickly. But that is all for this. This is part 1 of hopefully only a 2-part series on building Wilson's bits. I'm sorry for the delay in Feed the Beast videos. I promise you guys that I want to get them done because I enjoy playing, and I want to see this project done. Plus, I kind of need them to go out so that you guys can be entertained and not complain to me. His screens don't work. You need to change your script, guy, to run on startup. I'm not worried about that. I got my own damn problems. I got 199 coding problems, and yours ain't one, or something like that. Hopefully the next one will be in just a couple of days. Finishing this up. I think a lot of this right here was probably the hardest part. Working out the touch screen, working out, making sure the players are logged in. All that stuff is done now. So I've got all that stuff worked out. Like, for instance, if let's say I log in now, and let's say Vintage Beef was in here with me, and he logs in now, the way I fix that is it just logs out the other player. It's like, all right, they're done logging in Vintage Beef now. I think that's the easiest way to do it. That way no players can come in here and just both be logged in or anything like that. So that's how that works. I think that's about it for today, guys. I appreciate everyone watching. I hope this video isn't too confusing and too much of a mess because, like I said, it's recorded over several weeks of time. And I hope it's not too boring, too computer-esque. Something. I don't know. But after I finish up Wilson's Bits, my next project is it's going to be something a lot more relaxed and hopefully a lot more fun. And this is wrong. There's not... Why are there no microblocks over here? Dang it, man. I gotta get my microblocks up here. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Appreciate everyone watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!